Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today's topic I wanted to talk about because I'm getting a lot of people with this problem coming to me. And the title I want to pretty much say, the subject is, what do you do when you're watching a loved one self-destruct and there's nothing you can do? It's pretty powerful. It's pretty deep. And like I said, I'm getting a lot of clients who have this problem that they're watching, whether it's one of their children, a spouse, a parent, a friend, and it's a very heartfelt question, because when you have such love for somebody, this is what makes it so hard all the more, watching somebody and knowing that no matter what you try to do, they won't listen. They will not listen. And this is what I tell people. It takes two people to have an argument. It takes two people to make a successful relationship. The other person has to want to do the work, no matter if you're coming in 3,000%. But when you start seeing them destruct, and no matter what you tell them, they're going their way, the opposite way. Sometimes you have to disconnect. And, people say, oh, but it's easier said than done. I go, well, look at what you're doing. You're self-destructing within yourself because there's nothing you could do. And you're actually poisoning yourself with negative energy to the point where you're making yourself ill. Acceptance can be a very, very hard thing to learn in this lifetime. And as much as we don't want to accept something bad, because to me, there's always a solution. There is a solution to everything. But like I said, you can come up with all the solutions. And if that loved one still doesn't want to do the work, then there's nothing you could do. I tell them sometimes what you can tell your loved one is, obviously, you don't want to do it. Obviously, for whatever reason, you don't want to do the work. But there's nothing more than I can do. But what I can do is let you know that I am always here. When you are ready, I am here. I will be your biggest advocate and supporter. But there's nothing more that you could do. So sometimes disconnecting is about the only thing that you can do, and give yourself the gift of somewhat of peace. There's never peace in seeing somebody destruct. But the peace is something that lies deeper within you. Maybe it's teaching you spiritually your limits and your balances to what you need to let go. So sometimes people with certain problems are put in our life path to see what we're going to do and to help us with our soul growth. So sometimes the thing that we have to learn is, no matter what we do and how much we try, and that other person is not going to listen, there's nothing more you could do. You've got to make the peace with yourself. I always tell people, I've watched people self-destruct that I love, and I pray a lot for them. I do. I pray for them to find the strength. I pray for them to find their journey in a positive way. And I pray for God to always love them and protect them. But if there is nothing else that you can do, you're going to have to accept it, and you're going to have to make your peace. Many times, parents of kids who have had drug problems, they had to come to this, and I've had many whose children have passed on because of a drug overdose. And they said, Susan, exactly what you're saying, I had to come to this. It was the hardest thing for me because it was my child. I ache, I have pain, I still miss my child. But you know what? I tried everything. I tried rehab, talking to them, psychiatrists, counselors, psychotherapists, wellness, doctoring, the whole bit. And they still couldn't get through to their child. That doesn't mean that that parent failed. It's just something deeper within that person. And all you could do is be there for them to the place that you could do, to the level that you could give. Remember that. Many times I have clients that they're the solutionists, and when they can't fix the problem, they think they failed. And I'm right there to pick them up and say, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Maybe this is as far as you're supposed to go spiritually with them. Think about it. It's pretty deep. Maybe this is their journey to whatever they're going through that they need to go through. Like I said, we're not God. We don't know sometimes why these things happen, but what we can do is control how far we let it go within ourselves. Loving them, of course, you will always love them, and you should love them. You can't help it. You can't help who you love. But there are limits and balances to what we can fix for others. The only ones we are 100% is ourselves, to what we can do. But remember, they have to do the work. You can't do it for them. So for all of you that are watching this and can relate to this, it's the hardest thing to watch somebody you love self-destruct. But remember what I said. All you could do is be there for them when they want to do the work for themselves. Otherwise, you're going to have to disconnect in hoping that they're going to fix themselves. If they don't want to fix themselves, there's nothing more that you can do. It's a hard lesson, and I don't wish this on anybody, but it does happen, and sometimes we are the ones that are tested spiritually to when we know we have to let go within ourselves to what we're hoping for them. Okay? I hope this has made some sense, and to all of you that's going through this, my heart goes out to each and every one of you, because it's never an easy thing. But remember your balance and your limits to what you can do, because the end of the story, the end of everything, that person had to have wanted to do the work. There's nothing more you could do. So I hope this has given you a little bit peace of mind in how to look at this. And more videos to come. Subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I wish all of you abundance of strength to what you're going through. Take care. Bye-bye.